Hi guys, I'm Dr. Raghav, Neet PGAIS 657 from a private medical college. Now I have a question for you. Have you ever been worried about why you tend to forget the things you just read 2 days back? Now I have been on the same boat and I know what it feels like. So in this video, I'll only take you 5 minutes and tell you a thing how to remember the stuff forever. I have explained why it just take 21 days at the end. So sit with me till the end. I used this method since the time of my preparation and voila, you can see the results. Also, if you like what you are seeing, please subscribe to the channel and share. You can also follow me on Instagram, follow me on Telegram by the links given in the description below. Hi guys, let's start how to boost your memory in just 21 days. Now you can see on the screen that we have two techniques, the passive recall technique and the active recall technique. Now what is passive recall technique and what principle does it work on? The passive recall technique is you can't practice remembering something unless you know it and understand it well enough to remember it. Let me give you an example. If I ask you what is the triad of Parkinson's disease, and if you don't know what is Parkinson's disease, how would you know the triad of Parkinson's disease? That is, you need to know the stuff first and then you can remember it, then you can recall it. So passive recall wants that you revise your notes again and again, and this is what you have been doing, that you have been revising your notes again and again and again. Whenever you see a video and make your notes, or whenever you read a book, make its notes, or whenever you are reading your notes, you try and tend to highlight those notes. You try and tend to revise those notes. First of all, it becomes very monotonous to revise those notes again and again. And also what happens is your mind tries to trick itself and it happens like you already know the stuff, so you don't like to read that thing again and again. You don't feel like to read that thing again. You feel like that I already know this, why am I reading this? So your interest in your notes loses over time. This is the problem, that we don't consolidate that thing in the mind, we just keep revising it. Now what is active recall? You read what is Parkinson's disease and then you read the triad of Parkinson's disease, and the triad is bradykinesia, rigidity and tremors. Now it is somewhere in your brain. When the time comes to recall that in the exam, or when a friend asks you what is triad of Parkinson's disease, now you know that you have read it somewhere, it is behind your head, but you can't recall it. Now, why you can't recall it? Because you haven't done active recall. Let me tell you the principles active recall work based on. In order to learn and remember your material, you need to stimulate your brain to recall something from your long-term memory. Is the organ which converts short-term memory into long-term memory. Yeah, it is hippocampus. So you need to consolidate your short-term memory into long-term memory by stimulating your hippocampus, and that is what active recall does. And it is being proven technique in the Department of Psychological Sciences in Purdue University. Now let me tell you the techniques how you can do active recall. First is your MCQ practice. That is why we give emphasis on doing MCQs, doing PYQs, because this is the best method of active recall. Then we have practice test, that is your subject-wise test or grand test. That also helps you in doing active recall. And the third, which is very underrated but very useful in USMLE exams, and now can be also useful in NEET PG exams, is flashcards. That is Anki or Rem notes. I will upload a separate video on how to make flashcards and how to use them, but it is also a very effective method of active recall. There's also one technique known as Feynman technique, which is based on active recall. I will upload a separate video on how to follow the Feynman technique. But these are the techniques that are active recall. What were passive recall that you were doing? These were revising your notes and highlighting in your notes. But these are just the first step. They don't consolidate the information in long-term memory. That is what active recall does. And now what you need to do is follow this active recall principle in first, third, 7th and 21st day. And voila, you can see the results, that how you remember the stuff forever. If you like the video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. Thank you.